Like and subscribe now, or you're gonna have bad luck this week.
With 8.7 million animal species on the planet, there are more than a few ones that have weird qualities. Some also have bizarre features and behaviors, but are hardly talked about. They're a blend of cute and terrifying. Well, mostly terrifying. In this video, we'll be looking at 10 of the weird animals out there that will give you the creep. Stay tuned for number 1, as it'll make you never go into the ocean again. Number 10. Brazilian treehoppers. What has 6 legs and 2 pairs of balls? No, it's not the start of a lewd joke. It's the Brazilian treehopper, a pea-sized rainforest-dwelling insect that sports a headdress worthy of royal weddings. The purpose of these bizarre helicopter-like orbs are still something of a mystery. The first thing you may notice about the treehopper is its head's odd antenna-like round appendages. They look like eyes, but they are simply ornamental and without a real function, although the globe-like appendages may be there to deter predators. Other than the freaky head topper, the treehopper is a fairly average bug. This insect thrives on leading a solitary life in the treetops, feeding on the undersides of leaves. They can repeatedly feed on a single plant because their saliva keeps the plant from closing up the puncture site. Once they find a suitable plant, they often stay put for several weeks, excreting a sugar-rich substance known as honeydew as they feed. In turn, this feeds ants and other insects, which often reciprocate by protecting treehoppers against predators to defend their food source. Number 9. The goblin shark. If there's at least one thing you don't want to come across while diving in the ocean, it's a goblin shark. But to meet one, you should be ready to dive at least 3,000 feet within the deep. So a real-life encounter with a living one in the waters is next to impossible. But less than 50 of them have been spotted in major oceans of the world, particularly by pelagic longlines and cameras. If not for those things, we'll never know they exist. And to date, no one knows how they survive at such a depth or how they reproduce, because a pregnant female has never been caught. As for the looks, goblin sharks are so ugly that many people call them the family's ugly duckling. And with a freaky long nose and extendable mouth, plus a see-through skin that reveals their underlying blood vessels, we think they're even compassionate. Their pinkish skin, fitted with 2 spooky blue-black eyes, would make most people pray they always remain hidden in the deep, never to see the light. Number 8. Goliath tigerfish. Just to give you an idea about why the Goliath tigerfish is one of the most fearsome freshwater fish in the world, we are going to start off by saying that they are the giant-sized relative of the terrifying piranha. These massive predatory fish can be found in the Congo River at the heart of Africa. The largest specimens have been known to grow up to 1.5 meters or 5 feet and weigh 45 kilograms or 100 pounds. But rumor suggests that longer ones exist. What inspired Wade to go searching for this monster was the story of a young girl bitten nearly in half. There was also a story of another man being bitten on the neck and instantly killed by a Goliath tigerfish, which jumped out of the water. While Wade was able to catch the monstrous specimen, it was too injured to be able to survive in the water, so it was given away to the villagers. Number 7. Pseudocalugo lemur. From a creature that is supposed to fly but doesn't. Well, flying is a bit stretching it, but this animal can glide a fair distance, something that only a few mammals can actually do. Here's the Pseudocalugo, or the Sunda flying lemur. The Sunda flying lemur isn't a lemur at all. In fact, it was long thought to be related to the flying lemur, but can only be found in the Philippines. But it was later found out to be not the case, but rather it stands a species of its own. This animal glides first by climbing to the tops of trees before jumping off and deploying its gliding membrane known as the patagium, which connects from its neck, extending along the animal's limbs down to the tips of its fingers, toes, and nails. The Sunda flying lemur is widely distributed throughout South Asia, ranging from the Sunda Shelf mainland to other islands, North Laos, Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, Malaysia, Singapore, Brunei, and many adjacent islands. Number 6. Venezuelan poodle moth. Next up, we have a creature that looks so strange people are still having a difficult time believing that it's real. Well, it is real, and it looks as strange in real life as it does in the photo. I'm talking about, of course, the Venezuelan poodle moth. The fuzzy little insect, which looks like a cross between a large moth and a poodle, was discovered back in 2009 by Dr. Arthur Anker of Kyrgyzstan. Its photo, however, went viral a few years later, in 2012. Its photo was uploaded for all the internet to see. The thing is, the wrong picture was uploaded. It wasn't even a real animal, but rather a covered model of a similar looking but totally different silkworm moth, as seen here. Hence all the commotion, whether the animal is real or not. Being a new species, not much is known about this insect. Scientists don't even know which family of moth it belongs to, so whether like other moths, the poodle moth poses a danger to humans, nobody knows. Number 5. The hagfish. At the bottom of the ocean, a bizarre-looking fish known as the hagfish is found. It is said to be so ancient that it hasn't changed for over 300 million years. It is found near the ocean floor in the deepest parts. The hagfish's body is made up of smooth velvet skin with no scales, and it has a skull with no spine. Its wrinkled skin might look disgusting to you, but the weirdest feature of the hagfish is its mouth, which looks like it's out of some alien movie. Its jawless mouth is made for mincing up dead bodies of fish lying on the ocean floor. Several teeth are packed on 2 bony plates, which are enough to rip the flesh off dead fish and are shoved down its throat, full of teeth. And if that wasn't enough, the hagfish has 1 nostril, with which it picks up the sweet scent of death. You better stay away from this one. Number 4. Myanmar snub-nosed monkey. This rare primate was discovered in 2010 by the scientific world. However, the hunters and locals of North Burma have known about this animal for a long time, even calling it monkey with its face turned up. At first sight, it looks like the most beautiful, furry, and charming primate of the Burmese jungle. However, when you get face to face with this monkey, you will run with terror. It has some strange nostrils that make it look like the devil himself. Extremely scary. Besides its ugly nose, it has a pronounced snout, giving it a totally atypical and even alien image. If you look at the funny side, we might even think it has an excess of Botox during plastic surgery. Its eyes are completely dark, and it can be disturbing if we make eye contact with this extravagant primate. Drink some water before walking through the jungle because you might find one of these. Number 3. Cereal leaf beetle. The insect is one of the most horrendous and annoying plagues of civilization around the world. It's common to see them in Europe and Asia, but nowadays it's possible to find in America. Its aspect makes it one of the scariest insects on our planet. It tends to reproduce once per year during the warmer seasons. Its little black head and 6 legs give it a weird and repulsive aspect. But what's more disgusting is its larvae. When it's still a worm, it tends to get infected by the Tetrachus julius wasp, which leaves its larvae inside the little insect, giving it a scary image of a walking incubator. It's probable that after this, you don't want to walk around the European crops if you find one of these insects. Number 2. Purple frog. This amphibian is one of the most unpleasant species in the world. It was discovered not long ago. It made itself first known to man just 15 years ago in 2003. It was found in the Western Ghats, also known as the Sahyadri Mountains in India. Purple frog looks so weird that you might feel disgusted or even feel like puking just watching it with your own eyes. The good thing is they stay mostly in the soil throughout the year and come out of the soil for a few weeks just for the purpose of breeding. Its almost non-existent yellow eyes are flashy enough to make you feel sick. Its nose is one of the most peculiar features. Just touching it could be one of the terrifying moments of your life. Finding these in your neighborhood parks would not be memorable at all, and it could ruin your evening. You've been warned. Number 1. Blobfish. This fish won't only make you feel sick, as you've never been sick before, but it will also cause you nightmares. From another dimension, the blobfish is one of those species that make you think about what happened. Where did evolution go wrong? Is this even real? Guess what? It's totally real. So real that you'll never want to go back to the sea ever again. But don't worry, because these weird-looking creatures only live in the deepest parts of the ocean of Australia and Tasmania. One of its most stunning qualities is that it's an invertebrate species, which is why it looks like it's made of jelly. When its body goes to the surface, it spreads so that it looks ugly and disgusting. That happens because the pressure changes between deep waters and the surface. They can measure about 11.81 inches in length and feed on little crustaceans from deep waters. What's even scarier about this creature is the fact that it can deflate like a balloon. This creature was voted the most ugliest animal in the world. Have you ever seen any of these creatures in real life? Let us know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel.